everybody, welcome back, and I want to welcome you. If this is your first time to the Getting Better Show. I'm Ed Harris, the host of the Getting Better Show. Thank you for joining us. Can you imagine almost 20 already, almost 20 episodes? We've been having fun. Thank you for sharing. If you've done that, that's awesome. If you're just getting into the show, I would say it's a work in process or progress. It requires your feedback. Let's build it together. Let's talk about what you want to hear. Yeah, I would love to hear that, what you guys want to hear. Feedback about the show, about anything about it. Let's talk about it. I want to get into what is on my heart for today's episode. Let's just get right to it. Do you have a clear definition for where you want to go? Do you have a clear definition for where you want to go? If you have a clear definition where you want to go, it's just like someone, driving a car. Think about it. If you're driving a car and you know where you want to go, you can put that car in the right direction. If you don't know quite the route to get there, today we have GPS. You can put in the coordinations. Say you want to go to Wisconsin. Say you want to go to Wyoming. Say you want to hit Illinois or you want to go to Missouri. Well, you can throw in, take me to Missouri. And you'll have the car aimed in that direction, or the plane or whatever, and you can get to your destination. My question to you is, do you know where you want to go? You see, because if you don't know where you want to go, you're not going to get anybody else enrolled. And when I say enrolled, is you get them excited about what you're trying to do. Sometimes we get frustrated because people aren't excited about what we're excited about. But you got to really look at, are they not excited because of your vision or the lack of you understanding where you want to go? The lack of clarity. Maybe you flip-flop a lot, all over the place. Maybe you don't seem solid on your choices and decisions on what you want to do. You got to get solid on what you want to do. Once you get solid on what you want to do, you'll see people will start to come around, and there'll be people that God will put in your life on purpose to help you accomplish your dreams and visions, and it'll be amazing. We're working on a project like that right now with my wife. We're feeling so beautiful. I can't wait for y'all to hear from her. Man, it's an awesome story, and I'm not gonna bust it out and tell the whole story right now. Be sweet when she comes on, so you can sit there and hear the testimony out of her mouth. But man, she had a dream, and still does have a dream, of opening a certain type of business. And what happened is she started in 2020 a business that didn't even it's kind of in the same industry. She wants to be in the health and the wellness and that kind of thing, and she is right now. But when she started the business in 2020, feeling so beautiful, she didn't have any imagination that it would start to lead her into her destiny of what she really wants. And I'm watching it happen. I'm along for the ride. I get to help her with the project. It's our project because we're married, we're one. And even though it is her vision, her business, I certainly am right there with her, grinding with her, enjoying it with her, and we're having a good time learning and everything like that. So the point is, for you, do you know? Because once you know and you start to speak on that and you start to pray more about it, and you really start to formulate, and you really start writing, and you really get serious about it, the more you know it, the more you're solid on the direction. This could just be your life and where you want to go in life. Like, I want to finish my PhD. I want to, whatever your thing is, you might have 100 things you want to do. But just have a focus and point yourself. Listen, I'm talking to you. Point yourself in the direction with purpose. Point yourself with purpose, and then Make it a priority. You see, I'm using all these P words. This is a way that you can get an association for, you can start to associate what you want to do and start to speak like in those words of association. I want to have purpose and passion is required. And, I'm willing to pay the price. You start using those P words. It could be anything. You don't have to do that, but figure out a way to point yourself in a positive direction for where you want to head, where your life's destiny and calling. I can tell you, my friends, we do too much thinking about what we don't want. We speak on what we don't want. We're inundated with the news media telling us the stuff that we don't want. Like, do you want murder? Do you want war? Do you want rhetoric? Do you want people always fighting and creating strife? These are the things that you don't want. However, the don't wants often show up in the media. They show up in your news feeds or your feeds on your social media accounts. It shows up in the internet sometimes. And what we don't want to talk about that. No algorithm is programmed when they're marketing to you. All of these, we have all these supply chain, affiliate marketing. We got blockchain, all this different techniques for how they canvas and reach out to customers. And back in the day, and there's still some of this existing in society, especially smaller towns, and it's larger towns too. But remember, they put a flyer on your door. That was the old school style of marketing. Now, if you really want to go old school, you not go door to door, door knocking, or you put a flyer on somebody's windshield. This is old school guerrilla marketing. You walk out, hand out a handbill or a flyer. That's old school. Now they do it on social media. Those people, my point, those people are very, very focused on what they're doing. Now, let's get this information out. So now we're in the social media realm. There's all these paid advertisements that you could buy your business. You can buy advertisements. You can point to a group of people that you want to market to and things like that. And of course, depending on who those people are, you might have success if you understand all the rhythms and algorithms and strategy. You'll have success. You'll be pointing in a direction. And so if it's true for all of that, if it's true for those things, it should be true that you get clarity. I just back up, get clarity so you can point in the right direction. I'm praying that you get clarity because the world needs you, your vision, your ideas, your thoughts, the things you want to accomplish. The world needs you to be on purpose for what you want to do. And what you got to do is you got to get a galvanized mind, like so strong around the goals, dreams, visions, and purpose for your life. You got to get real serious about that. And when you're real serious about it, it will start working. Like you'll start seeing things come to pass. And like I said earlier, people will join you. They'll get enrolled. That's what's happening here. Just as an example on the Getting Better show, I'm listening to the Lord and starting to get stronger in my passion purpose. The programming will change and get stronger. So those of you who listen to the early messages, the first 20 in the can, they won't sound anything like the stuff we do message. It's going to be interesting to hear what happens and how the thing progresses and how we are in message. Like message 20, and we'll go back and listen to message 20 and then fast forward and see how different or how much we've grown and changed and gotten more focused, more dialed in. So when we get to message 100 and we're all about it, we're like really got clarity about it. We really know what we're doing to serve and how to interact with the family, how to interact with the community, and how to serve the community, how to be a blessing in the community. And there are so many other things we could talk about around that. But don't become discouraged because you don't have clarity of vision or purpose right now. Don't get discouraged because the thing hasn't, the proverbial light switch hasn't flicked on yet for you and you don't really know what it is. This is why for us in our home, I never pushed on my kids, hey, you must go to college. I think college is a good place. I really do. I don't have a college degree, but I think it's a good place because if you go there and you're mature and ready to learn, you can apply yourself and come away from there, not just with a great education, but network opportunities with teachers and professors, counselors that you met that you really were inspired by. They can become lifelong friends. Then you meet actually friends at the university. Y'all get close. You could actually meet your spouse if that's your thing and you want to get married. All of those things are all available. Of course, you elevate yourself in terms of education, knowledge, and everything. It's a good place. Some people need to be there. However, I never push. Some people are not. Some people are tradespeople. In other words, you need to get a trade. You need to become an electrician or a plumber, or you have a desire to work with your hands, or you maybe want to go to technical school or go to a IT college and learn how to work on hardware or software, become a Cisco engineer or Microsoft engineer, or learn how to code. You don't necessarily have to go to college to be a great coder. You can learn coding, learn languages, and then you can be dangerous with that. You can learn network security. I have an IT background, so I learned a lot of IT things, kind of a jack of all trades back in the day, and God blessed me. I was able to feed my family and take care of my family that way. I've also, as you might know, spent many, many years ministering as a professional minister in churches, pastor, senior pastor, also executive pastor, and all the different titles you can throw at that. Been able to sit and occupy and serve in those roles. Those are difficult roles, but able to do that. And through all of those, man, I've had the opportunity to see what it takes to serve, and I want to pass on some advice to you. That's my testimony, at least a piece of it. When you get focused, whenever I've been focused, whenever I've got down to it, that's when it gets really good, and things they will really progress in a good way. But whenever I'm discouraged, whenever I start thinking about, man, that project failed, or I failed this situation, or I failed in this with these group of people, whatever it is, man, that will not put you on point to focus to what you need to do for your goals and for your life. Don't do it. I'm telling you, if you're in that right now, in that headspace, I'm asking God in the name of Jesus to deliver you from it, and asking the Lord to rebuke negativity, depression, false images, principalities and powers and authorities of demonic nature operating in your life, in my life, in anybody's, that they be destroyed or eliminated. Whatever way, God, take care of them. What we do want is the blessings of wisdom and guidance, and help me with clarity and focus. So get to praying like that. Get to praying where you start looking up and saying, you know what? I'm excited at the possibility of being a doctor. I'm excited at the possibility of being a lawyer. I'm excited for this new chapter of the relationship that I have with my spouse. If that's you, if it's not you, it can be you. So start being excited. Don't be afraid to be excited for the possible future that you have. The only way that we're not excited about the present and what can happen to us going forward is we have gotten programmed, and we all are, but you've really bought into, and I've bought into, a predictable past. And once the predictable past becomes your relative thought, your casual thought, your observing thoughts, your sleeping thoughts, your waking thoughts, once your predictable past becomes all of those, if it's all of those things, it's going to become your future. It's inevitable because when we think on, that's what we get. And, it's important for us. I would say it's so important as believers to think on the things that he is telling us we should think on. So not thinking on the things that are corrosive, the stuff that's going to die, thinking on eternal life, laying up our treasures in heaven, being good to other people. You know what a blessing it is just to be good to another person. And one of the ways we can stay focused, and I've talked about this in the past, like I said in many shows, I've talked about this forever, is to have that gratitude. You go out, you have gratitude, it's helpful, man. You start that today. If you haven't started a gratitude journal, if you haven't started writing a daily gratitude, there are plenty of gratitude exercises you can do. Contact me if you want some. I got some that I can help you with. You got to get with the gratitude because that's going to help you also sharpen up and stay focused. Believe it or not, it'll help. It's gratitude counteracts the potential negative vibe that you could be bringing to a situation. Is going to help you all around. So I'm excited for you because I can feel you, whoever you are, whoever's listening to this, I can feel you about to break through. I can feel you taking this quick little nugget, this quick little show, this encouragement, and saying, you know what? Again, I want to get mighty clear about my goals. I want to refocus myself on what I want, and I'm going to get after it. I'm going to tell you a couple secrets, and we'll get out of here for today's episode. Here's a secret, and it won't be a secret after I tell you. I'm passionate about how I pursue my relationships, not just with my wife. I know if you know me if you met me, I talk about her all the time. I'm in love with my wife. Thank you, Jesus. I'm grateful for her. I'm in love with her, man. Sometimes I'm in lust with her, but I'm mostly in love with her. Love seeing her, love watching her walk. I love the way she forms her sentences. I love her different laughs and the way that she engages with other people. I love her passion for the Lord. Love her. But I have to tell you, my goal is, and this is a secret, I'll tell you, that I really love getting together with my family. And, the children are all getting older. And the secret is I want to spend more time with them, and I probably want to spend more time with my children than they do with me. Quite naturally, they're older, they're seeking out the direction for their lives, and as we talk about here today on the show, they're getting their focus on. They want to do what they want to do, but here's Dad, and I'm supposed to appear as this. And I don't know who says this. I'm just making this stuff up right here, what I'm about to tell you. I'm supposed to appear as this stoic person, kind of stately, not really showing any emotion toward wanting to be around them. And that's not me. Every time I get to be around them, I'm enjoyment, grateful, smiling. And, as they get older, and if you have young children, I'm not trying to prepare you. I'm just stating this is the stage of life that I'm in. There'll be a time when they won't want to be around you as much as they are now. Right now, they're a very captive audience if they're young. As they get older and start making life decisions and choices, and they get focused on an area or areas, you won't be as important as you are right now today. So, man, I love my children. I wish I had been like a lot of my brothers that I know and sisters. And, I was younger. I didn't want to have as many children. I was just so selfish. I thought, okay, let's have the benefits, AKA let's just have sex. I don't want to keep having children. It was just selfish. And when I found out how selfish that was, I was at a feast. We do an annual pilgrimage feast in the denomination or the church, the groups that I associate with. We celebrate biblical feasts. That's part of what we do, is try to relive the Bible in a certain way, honor the Lord by doing it. So this was the fall. I can remember like it was yesterday. It was the fall. I think it was 2005. I think it was 2005. It may have been 2004. And I was at a Feast of Tabernacles. It's a fall festival. And I remember being in tears because I'm watching. I thought when I pulled up, me and my family, we had drove to the campsite and everything. Get to the campsite, and there are 15 passenger vans, what you might call a church van. 15 passenger vans pulling up, one after the other. I keep seeing these. I'm like, dang, it's a lot of church vans. What I didn't know was those 15 passenger vans were actually family vans for whole families. And those vans were full of children. The wife would have, and then the husband, and here are all their children. And I'm thinking, wow, this is the way it's supposed to be. And I sat, and those men in that assembly prayed for me that I would heal. And they were like, well, man, you could adopt and stuff. Of course, and we haven't, and we felt led to do that. But we did go on to have many, many relationships with people where we spiritually have done some spiritual parenting and then also mentoring. And the truth be told, that's what we felt like we were to do. And then now we have our grandchildren, and that is a wonderful thing. I'm enjoying their little lives, and every time we get to pour into them, talk to them, be with them. It's amazing. So I'm in enjoyment with that. But get your focus. Those are just some testimonies. I love spending time with my kids. Get your focus. Focus. Part of your focus is, and we'll close out here with I told you to do a couple things. I don't know what you write, but I would tell you I'm busy with notes. I have an iPhone. You got an Android, I'm sure it has a note function on it. Go ahead and start writing down. Make a note of things. And you can just write in your note for today. I will stay focused. I'm staying focused. My goal is in view. I see it. I know what we're going to achieve, and I'm excited about it. And you'll be surprised as you speak with confidence to yourself how powerful that will become for you. One bonus thing before we get out of here, if a person is negative, or you pick up energy from someone, or you don't have a fully developed thought and you think you're talking to a person who might be an innovator, or possibly they could contribute to what you're providing or your idea, but you get a negative feeling, stop talking to them. I'm helping you right now. I'm telling you, look at me when I'm talking. Look at me. Look at my face. Look at my facial expressions. I know you can't see me, but I'm having fun, right? Hey, check this out. Get away from them. At least I'm going to say get away from them that way. Don't spend time casting your vision before people when they might not even want to hear it. They may be so negative. Don't do it. I've made the mistake of talking to people about all my wild ideas, visions, and dreams. Man, I'm an idea guy. I come up with things and solutions. A lot of the stuff does not need to be done. It's just my creative mind going crazy. And I like talking about them, just sitting there talking. But if you're with a person, man, some of the worst things that have ever happened to me, especially when I was ministering, I'm just kicking around ideas. I'm thinking, hey man, I'm with people that you could kick around ideas with. And lo and behold, they just take that stuff and run with it. Next thing you know, there's, oh man, Pastor Ed is crazy. He's talking about this thing and that thing. And what I'm doing basically was, I'm an innovator. I'm talking about ideas, and we've been able to create things, but everything's not good to create. And most importantly for this conversation, everyone is not good for you to go talk about what you want to talk about. So I would say be careful with that stuff. Don't go around sharing your news with everybody. Hey, we're way over time. I've enjoyed spending this time with you today. I pray that you go out there and stay focused, intentional, and have a great day. Hope to hear from you, and please share these if you like it. Like them and subscribe. Pass it to your friends. But for now, we're checking out, and we'll see you again soon, right here on the Getting Better Show.